Welcome to my class. In our previous class, I did discuss the topic on decision making and, of course, the unwise decisions made by Solomon and, of course, his son Rehoboam. In this particular module, I will be discussing the topic greed and its effect. Greed and its effect. Now, with special focus on the greed actually of Ahab and Naboth's vineyard. But just before that, quickly, it's important that you know what, of course, the definition of greed is all about. Now, greed can simply be defined as excessive desire for something. Okay, it can be actually food, money, and other forms of wealth. Okay, it's very important you understand this. All right. Now, a greedy person can commit any crime to ensure that he satisfies his desire. All right. Now, greed, of course, it's important you know that is a bad quality in a person and bad phenomenon in the society at large. Okay, because of its evil consequences. All right. Now, in this particular module, all right, we are going to be looking or focusing especially on how King Ahab coveted Naboth's vineyard. All right, and the evil consequences of his greedy action. All right, now that is the focus in this module. All right, how again King Ahab converted Naboth's vineyard. Now it's important. Now let's begin. Now Naboth, right, is a Jezreelite, okay, who had a vineyard in Jezreel. All right. Now he's from Jezreel, and that makes him a Jezreelite. All right. And this vineyard that he had in Jezreel was near the palace of Ahab, and Ahab was, of course, was the king of Samaria. All right. Now Ahab wanted this vineyard from Naboth to use it for a vegetable garden because it was near his palace. So he proposed to exchange it for another vineyard, or if Naboth desired, he would settle him with money. All right. Naboth refused both offer. He said to Ahab, the Lord forbid that I should give you the inheritance of my father, because this was the only piece of land that this young man called Naboth inherited from his father, and he wasn't willing to exchange it for another or sell it out for any amount. All right. This actually response from Naboth, okay, annoyed Ahab, and guess what happened? Ahab got offended and actually left the presence of Naboth angry. Okay, he got home and lay down on his bed. Okay, turned away his face and refused to eat food. Okay, when his wife Jezebel, now the wife happens to be Jezebel, and Jezebel here happens to be the Sidonian, of course, princess, okay, from Sidon. All right, the daughter of Eber, the king of Sidon. All right, now let's forge ahead here. Okay, when Jezebel learned of this, she comforted him and promised that she would surely give him Naboth's vineyard. Now, she made a promise to the husband. Okay, this promise she hoped to accomplish through, of course, a nefarious act, through crime. All right, Jezebel, a wicked and devilish woman, quickly plotted how to destroy Naboth and take his vineyard. Now, Jezebel wrote a letter in Ahab's name. Follow this, okay? And sealed it with his seal. Now, the seal of King Ahab, to make it look official, as if it was Ahab that was actually writing. Okay? In the letter, she directed, of course, the elders and the nobles, okay, who dwelt in the same city with Naboth, to proclaim a fast and set Naboth on high among the people with two base fellow against him. All right? Now, the fellow should bring a charge against him, saying that he cursed God and the king. Now, this was the charge against Naboth, that he cursed God and the king. Now, this instruction was actually carried out. You could see here as a result of that. And whoever cursed God and the king is usually stoned to death. And this led to the death of Naboth. They stoned him to death because he was guilty. They found him guilty, rather. All right. And this instruction was carried that Naboth was killed, and the people reported back to Jezebel that Naboth was dead. Now she went to her husband, that is Ahab now, okay, King Ahab. She was happy, and she said to the husband, "Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite." All right, you could see that what she was saying. Take possession, okay, of the vineyard of Naboth, okay, which he refused to give you for money, for Naboth is not alive but dead. Now, First King 21:15, you find that. Now, quickly, let's look at the consequences of Ahab's greed. Consequences of Ahab's greed. Now, as Ahab moved on, okay, into taking possession of Naboth's vineyard, unknown to both Ahab and Jezebel, of course, unknown to the two of them. All right, God had uncovered the atrocity they committed. All right, now this they did not know actually, and he sent Elijah. All right, Elijah was the Tishbite to Ahab. Okay, the Lord through Elijah decree that in the place where dogs licked up the blood of Naboth, shall dogs lick, okay, your blood. All right. Now the Lord further said that he would bring evil upon the house of Ahab and will utterly sweep him away. Okay. He further stated that he would, okay, cut off, okay, from Ahab's every male bond or free in Israel. Furthermore, the Lord said this, that the dogs shall eat Jezebel, okay, within the bounds of Jezreel. Now, anyone belonging to Ahab who dies in the city of dogs in the city the dogs shall eat, and anyone of his who dies in the open country, the birds of the air rather, shall eat. Now you find this in 1 Kings 21 to 24. Now the Bible records that Ahab repented of his actions, but the Lord only postponed the evil day to the days of his children. Of course, Ahab tried to repent when he got a message from God, all right, cried to God, and God saw his repentant heart, and God decided to extend or postpone the evil day, okay, not to happen in his days, but in the days of his children. Now we'll move on now quickly. We'll look at now Gehazi's greed. This is the other part of this lesson. Now, Gehazi's greed. Now, you find this in 2 Kings, all right? 2 Kings chapter 5 from verse 1 down to 27. I'd like you to take your Bible and also have a feel of it. Read it, all right? Good. Now, quickly, let's begin. Gehazi, the servant of Elijah, okay, destroyed his life and his destiny as a result of greed. Now, Naaman was a commander, okay, of Syrian, okay? He was a commander of the Syrian army, all right, of the army of Syria, okay, through recommendation, okay, and this recommendation actually came from a little Israeli girl who happens to be the servant of the wife of Naaman, the commander of the Syrian army. And she told them that there's a prophet in Israel that could heal your husband. And the wife took heed to this recommendation and decided to relate it with the husband, and of course Naaman. And Naaman, of course, heeded and wrote a letter and sent it to the king of Israel. All right. And the king of Israel says, "Who am I that you are requesting that I heal you of your leprosy? Am I God?" Okay. Now this Elijah actually got, all right, Elijah got about this, to know about this, and sent for him that they should send Naaman to him. So Naaman getting to now he went to Elijah the prophet to be cured of his leprosy. When he got to the gate of Elijah, okay, he halted. Okay, Elisha actually sent his servant to inform Naaman to go to River Jordan and dip himself 7 times. All right, and he would be made okay well, because Naaman felt that Elijah should have come out and give him personal attention, that is a warm welcome, because of his position, which he did not. Naaman was annoyed, and he decided to go back. Okay, in fact, he said, "Are there not better rivers in where he came from, instead of this dirty river in Israel? Are there not river Abana and the likes of others? Why should I go dip myself in this dirty river here in Israel?" Okay, but again, as we will have it, thank God for a wise servant that was that was with Nama. All right, and he was persuaded by his servant to obey the instructions of the prophet. Okay, and due to the instruction, he decided to go to River Jordan, and of course, when he obeyed and dipped himself in River Jordan, he dipped himself in River Jordan 7 times. Okay, his body was restored back like fresh, like the fresh of a little baby. All right, now he was full of appreciation. Okay, he praised the God of Israel and persuaded Elijah to have some of the gifts he brought. Okay, but Elijah refused bluntly. Okay, Naaman and his men left, but again took the permission of the prophet Elisha, and took the earth from the earth, the sand of the ground of Israel, so that he would take back with him home. All right, and this actually they did, and they left. It was at this junction that the devil ministered to Gehazi, all right, who said to him, "See, my master has spared this Nama, the Syrian, in not accepting from his hand what he brought. As the Lord lives, I will run after him and get some from him." Now you can find that in 2 Kings 5, verse 20. Now, of course, Gehazi, of course, decided to run after Nama, and when he got to Nama, he told him lies, claiming that his master had sent him to collect some of the gift because he had some visitors. Now, in all, Nama gave him 2 talents of silver. Take note, 2 talents of silver, in 2 bags, okay, and with 2 festal garments. All right, now he took the garments or the gifts and hid them as he went to his master Elijah. All right, when Elijah asked him where he went, he answered that he did not go anywhere. Elisha said to him, "Did I not go with you, or did not my spirit go with you in spirit when the man turned from his chariot to meet you? Was it time? Okay, to accept money and garment? Okay, olive orchard and vineyard, sheep or horsing, men servant and maid servant. Therefore, okay, the leprosy of Nama shall cleave to you and to your descendant, that is your generation, forever." You can find that in 2 Kings 5, 26 to 27. Now, this was a painful end for Gehazi as a result of his greed. Okay, the leprosy of Nama, actually, just like the master said, okay, cleaved onto Gehazi. All right, now the Bible records that he went away from his master's presence a leper, and as white as snow. All right, that you could see there. Now, quickly, we'll now move on. Now we'll move to the next part, where we'll get to look at some of the lessons, okay, that Elisha you could learn from this particular model actually. Now, quickly, let's look at number one. Okay, number one, the moral lesson to this: Elisha, being a man of God, may have known the evil consequences of collecting such gift from Naaman, so he decided to avoid it. Now, the servant Gehazi was not aware of this. He was only moved by greed, and he did not, of course, even think twice on the possible reasons why his master refused the gift, because he was very much after his personal gain. Now the consequence was total destruction of his life and destiny. Okay, many young men today are in this same category. Those who trade in hard drugs only after the millions they would get make without thinking of the consequences, okay, if they are caught, and of course their life being cut short. All right, these are some of the things I'd like you to take into cognizance. I want to believe that you've been able to learn one or two things from this lesson. I'll see you in the next module, and of course, thank you.